account found in John the 11th chapter, verses 35. Turn there with me, please, and let's read that. That's John 11:35. There it reads, Jesus gave way to tears. Now this account will be the focus of our discussion tonight. And the question it poses is, just why did Jesus give way to tears prior to the resurrection of his dear friend Lazarus? We all know it is only natural to shed tears when a loved one dies because we will miss them. But why would Jesus be shedding tears when his heavenly Father had not only given him the power to cure the sick, but also the power to raise the dead? Well, to answer this question, we must dig a little deeper into this account. This account begins while Jesus is away traveling. He receives word that his dear friend Lazarus has become seriously ill. Now, even though Jesus had this deep love and affection for his friend Lazarus, as we recorded for us at John the 11th chapter, verse 36, he still didn't immediately rush to his bedside to cure him. So then, just what did Jesus do? Well, for that answer to that question, let's turn in our Bibles to John the 11th chapter, verse 6. Here it reads, however, when he heard that Lazarus was sick, he actually remained in the place where he was for 2 more days. Now, somewhere during this same period of time, the Bible tells us at John the 11th chapter, verse 11, that Jesus becomes aware that his dear friend Lazarus has died. Now, nowhere during the course of these 2 events, first Lazarus becoming sick, and second, later dying, is there any mention of Jesus giving way to tears? However, as we explore this account a little further, we learn that 4 days later, Jesus finally arrives in Bethany, the place where his dear friend Lazarus has just recently died. There he encounters Mary, one of Lazarus' sisters, and a group of friends in mourning. Or as it's described in John the 11th chapter, verse 33, they were weeping. This same verse also tells us that after Jesus saw this, he became troubled, and he groaned within himself. And finally, in verse 35, Jesus gives way to tears. So in answer to the first question posed at the beginning of our discussion, why did Jesus give way to tears prior to the resurrection of Lazarus? It was because of the deep love and compassion Jesus had not only for his friend, but also for others. Therefore, when he saw them in pain and grieving over the death of their loved one, he also became saddened and thus stricken with grief. So then, just what can we learn from this example provided for us by Jesus? Well, first it shows us that we need to develop a real deep love and sincere compassion, not only for our friends, but also for others. And second, empathy. The ability not only to understand, but also share the feelings of others, to walk in another's shoes, so to speak. So finally, friends, as we wait patiently on our loving Heavenly Father Jehovah to remove the sting of death forever, may we find comfort in each other as we keep in mind the loving counsel provided for us at Romans the 12th chapter, verse 15. Rejoice with those who rejoice, and weep with those who weep.
Did I miss something? Okay, friends, that was a nice talk.
It really
That
was.
a nice, fine job. Now, we don't want to be showing partiality. See, now, when you first give your talk, then we clap, we pause. But now, if we pause for him and somebody else come along and we don't, you see how that can miss? See, so we just don't do it like that. So we just want to keep that in mind, friends, but he did a very nice job. He was working on study number 11, warmth and feelings. What do you need to do? Speak in a manner that reflects the emotions you feel and that is consistent with what you're saying. And why is it important? It is essential if you are to reach the hearts of those listening. Now it goes right back into the emotions. See, emotion is a fundamental part of human life. See, and you know, when you touch on a person's emotions, you reach their heart. See, when a person expresses his emotions, he reveals what is in his heart, the sort of person he is inside, and how he feels about situations and people. So, Brother Hunter, you did a very excellent job on that. Appreciate you. We're looking forward to your next talk. And all those that had parts could see me after the meeting, and this will bring